On the first few weeks of a smartphone launch, you will see a lot of videos hyping the phone. Of course, there will be marketing promotions, video promotions, paid promotions, and stuff like that. I think always the review starts after the hype, wherein the phone sits down with the reviewer for a few months. And today, that's exactly what I'll provide you. The new Xiaomi 15T is the latest autumn flagship. Well, I know people will debate me on the comment section saying it's a high-end mid-range phone. Whatever it is, it's a pretty good value for what it offers. This phone is a success, which is a double meaning because I will talk about all the things that sucks on this phone and what made it successful. Let's start with what sucks on this phone, which is the cons, and there's 5 things that I wanted to point out when I'm using it on my everyday activity. The first con on this phone is the mediocre mid-range build, polycarbon or plastic for its frame and back cover. I know this is not a big deal because Xiaomi provided a case for this phone, but I guess because of everything that it offers, they have to cut some areas on this phone to lower down the price, and this phone took a hit on the build quality. But the good thing here is, because of the plastic material, it is lightweight. The second downside of this phone is the boring colors. I wouldn't go each of the colors for Xiaomi 15T, but in a nutshell, for the autumn flagship, Xiaomi is sticking with those corporate colors, mainly black, white, silver, and gold. These phones looks very corporate, especially the black. I hope they would throw some unique colors, fun colors on this lineup, like the orange of an iPhone, the purple of Samsung, and blue of the Pixel. Imagine something like a bright red Xiaomi phone is appreciated. The third thing that sucks on this phone is the afterthought of the zoom. So yes, we lower down the price to entice people of switching to the Pro version. We only have 2 times optical zoom, which is not really far. It can even be a lossless crop from the main sensor, but they pack a 2x optical just to give it a triple camera feel to it. It's pretty good. You have details, clarity, and there's no over sharpening on the footage. But the problem here is there's no OIS on the 2x, so it suffers on zoom and even on low light. The fourth cons of this phone is still under the camera department, which is the selfie camera. I noticed when I'm comparing the selfie of the Pro version and this, there's a bit of difference in terms of details on papers. And looking at GSM Arena, you would notice they have the same size, same length, but the output is different. It's more beautified and soft on Xiaomi 15T, and you have more details on the Pro version. And even comparing this with, let's say, the mid-range Galaxy A56, which we already compared, I still like the one from Samsung. And my last reason is the size. This could be smaller than 15T Pro. Obviously, they want to give that look that it doesn't matter if you buy the regular or the Pro version. It looks the same when you hold it. But if we're talking about flagship phones, and if we're branding 15T series to be the autumn flagship, there should be a distinction between the regular and the Pro or the Ultra. So I suggest for people who wanted a smaller phone and want to buy the T series, make it a little smaller for the regular flagship. Alright, now let's talk about all the pros and what made this phone a success, and I would like to start with the runner-ups because this will not be mentioned on the things I like about this phone, so I feel like it could also be a reason or the reasons why this is a really good phone. Starting with the stereo speaker with Dolby Atmos technology, this phone is pretty loud, and if you like that kind of phone, with dual channel, it uses the earpiece and the bottom firing speaker for loudspeaker. The bass is really good, could use some mids, but the voice is clear. Also, there's a lot of features that this phone offers, from the eSIM support, Wi-Fi 6, NFC, and IR Blaster. There's no shortage of special features on this phone, especially the fast Wi-Fi 6 and eSIM support. Really good connectivity features. Now, talking about the pros of this phone, starting with the performance, this phone is very reliable with that Mediatek Dimensity 8400 Ultra. On my everyday activity, I could play Mobile Legends on high and ultra graphics, even PUBG and Genshin Impact. I feel like Mediatek goes a long way, and I love that Xiaomi uses this over Snapdragon, which probably would increase the price of this phone. They stuck with the less popular Mediatek chipset, which gives this phone an edge in terms of price. Obviously, Poco phone will have a say on this because we have a cheaper phone with Snapdragon processor. But yeah, going to the sheer performance, this is a flagship phone. My second reason is combining 2 reasons and place it in one, which is the aesthetics. It is an elegant design, slim form factor, and you have IP68 rating. So you are covered on those water activities, and this looks really good, an iPhone-like aesthetics. The screen is excellent with that 6.83-inch AMOLED display. It's very vibrant and sharp, and has HDR10 Plus technology, Dolby Vision certified. If you consume a lot of entertainment on this phone, let's say watching Netflix and Prime and even gaming, you will enjoy this phone. The third reason is the Leica Tune triple camera setup, and it produces really good photos and videos, especially the main sensor. I feel like the main sensor is the best of the bunch, and obviously in every smartphone, the main sensor is the highlight of the cameras. The ultra wide is really useful though, with its wide field of view, and the colors are great, and of course the 2x zoom. Again, not the farthest, but it works. And just recently, OnePlus removed their tie-up with Hasselblad, and you can see the difference on the camera hardware. Since Xiaomi is still in cooperation or partnership with Leica, we will have really good camera and image quality on this phone. My fourth positive is the strong battery life and the fast charging speed. I love the fact that this phone has over 5,000 milliampere battery, 5.5 to be exact, and this phone is an easy 2-day phone for me. On an average use, if you're a gamer or you rely heavily on your phone, then you'll survive at the end of the day. But if you're really sucking this phone dry every hour, there's a fast 67 watts of fast charging capability. You can go fully charged in 50 minutes. And lastly, what I love about this phone is the software. Again, it's not for everyone, but for me, I'm getting used to it. I like the modern HyperOS 2 with long-term update policy. It has 4 major OS upgrades and 6 years of software updates, so you are supported if you want to continue this phone for the next 3 to 4 years until it dies on you. So what's my verdict? Yeah, so this phone is a success. There's a fair share of cons and pros, but I think for what it offers, I don't mind calling this high-end, mid-range, or even flagship. It's one of the best value phones at the end of this year.